Alright, what's up, guys? So today I thought I'd do another story time because apparently my high school story times tend to get, not a lot of views, but some views. But this story took place my senior year of high school, as most of my stories did. And so this story time is about how I got out of a suspension, like, because I was going to get suspended for this, and this is how I got my way out. So this took place around my senior year. It was, I think, like springtime, maybe? I don't know, but so my senior year of high school, there was this new rule that we weren't allowed to have our phones, and we had to like put them in these like locked pouches called yonder pouches. I'll put a picture of them up. But basically a yonder pouch, like, would you put your phone in it and then it would lock and then you weren't allowed to open it. Well, like, you couldn't open up the lock unless like a faculty member did it for you. But there was this way to open the lock by, like, you had to like bang the pouch really hard on a hard surface, and then it would like break open, and then you'd be able to get your phone out. And so basically this day, so normally how I would get into school without having to do the yonder pouch, I would just say, oh, I don't have my phone on me. And they're like, oh, okay, you're good then. And so, but in reality, I did have my phone on me. And I would just, like, if I wanted to use my phone, I would just say, hey, can I use the bathroom? And then I'd go to the bathroom and just go on my phone in the bathroom. Because if you got caught with your phone, you would get suspended. I'm not even kidding. They were so strict about it my senior year. It was awful. But then, basically, this day in particular, it was during a study hall. I was in the library, which is where I normally go, and I would sit against a wall so that whenever, like, my laptop screen was up, I could put my phone on it, and therefore there was no faculty member behind me, so I could just like go on my phone, like putting it up against my laptop, so it would look like I'm typing, but in reality I'm just on my phone. But this day I was in the library during study hall, and the librarian, I'm just saying this right now, she was a fucking bitch. This librarian was an asshole. She wasn't even one of those old stereotypical librarians. Like, she was young and blonde. I'm not even kidding. And so she's always had like a bad reputation and stuff like that. Like, none of my friends liked her. She was just an overall asshole. But this day, I was in the library during study hall, and I was doing what I normally do, sit against a wall, go on my phone, so that no faculty could see, like, behind me and stuff like that. And then I'm just chilling on my phone, and so the librarian's name is Miss Frannis. This lady was a douche bag. I'm sorry if anyone from my school sees this. And y'all like her. I'm sorry, but I didn't. So then I'm in the library on my phone, and then she comes up to me and is like, she's like, I'm not dumb, I see your phone in your pocket. Because, like, I was wearing, like, Adidas sweatpants, and so you could see the outline of my phone on my sweatpants. And then she was like, and then she's like, give me your phone. I'm like, that's not my phone. And then she's like, yeah, it is, I'm not stupid. And I'm like, it is not my phone. And then she's like, alright, what is it then? I'm like, oh, it's a calculator. And she's like, alright, let me see your calculator. I'm like, why do you need to see my calculator? I'm telling you right now, it's a calculator. And then this is what she said. She's like, you can either go back to your study hall, or we can call security. And I'm like, I'll go back to my study hall, I don't give a shit. And so as I'm walking out, another lady walks by Miss Frannis's Oompa Loompa looking ass, and basically was like, and then Miss Frannis had the nerve to say, oh, she thinks it's okay to bring her phone in here. And then I look at Miss Frannis, I called her a bitch, flicked her off, and walked out. I walked out of the library, and then I went and hid in the bathroom for like 45 minutes. I didn't go back to my study hall. I hid in the bathroom for 45 minutes, and then I waited till the lunch bell rang. So then I'm sitting in the cafeteria with just like chilling, and then a security guard comes up to me and is like, "Are you Aurelia Mendoza?" I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" Then they're like, "Oh, there was a report that she had a cell phone." I'm like, "I have no idea who that is." I literally said I have no idea who that is, and then the security guard was like, "Oh, okay," and then he literally just like walked away, and like, I don't know how the fuck I got away with that, but I did. And they never called my parents either, which I was pretty surprised. But that was, I mean, then she banned me from the library for like, I don't know. Like, she sent me, like, the other library workers sent me an email. They're like, "Oh, you're banned in the library." Like, I was banned for like 2 months from the library. And then not long after that, she banned so many students from going to the library that she basically got in trouble for it. Like the assistant principal then told her that she can't keep banning kids from the library because what if they actually have to do work? And then eventually Miss Franis she let me back in the library. She basically said my library ban was no longer active, that I can come back into the library. And then I was allowed back, and then she wasn't allowed to ban people for the rest of the year. And that was my senior year, and then I still brought my phone into the library, but I tried to sit further away and still against the wall, and like if I see, like, I put my backpack in front of my Chromebook, and then I would just use it on there and stuff like that. But basically, I still don't know how I got away with that, because if I would have gotten caught, like if security would have realized it was me, I would have gotten suspended no matter what. Like, they were so strict about it. Like, y'all have no idea. And now they're even more strict, because now in New York State, you're not allowed to, like, no phones are allowed to even come into the building if you're a student. Like, if you get caught with a phone, you get out of school suspension for like 5 days. I'm not even kidding, because apparently it's like illegal now, which I think that is a terrible law, because what if there's like an absolute emergency or something like that, and that's just messed up in my opinion. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. If you want to hear more high school stories, college stories, just hit me up, and I'll think of some stuff to say, or I'll think of some other stories that I could do. But for right now, I'm just doing the ones I want to do. But if y'all have suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Alright, love y'all.